Gunshots ring out at an Easter party filled with hundreds of teenagers. Several people shot and trampled.
Everybody starts rushing in. Very chaotic.
Tonight, we are hearing from witnesses who captured the terrifying moments.
Hours after the violent shooting, Mobile's police chief issuing a warning to parents.
Be concerned about the venues that you allow your children to go to.
This as we take a look at just how safe are your children when they head to parties or events, and the warning signs police say you need to look out for.
We continue our team coverage tonight as NBC 15 News at 6 starts now.
And tonight, this video paints a vivid picture of violence and fear following a shooting at an Easter party for teens late last night.
Screaming in complete chaos as those bullets flew at Grand Hall on Halls Mill Road in Mobile. At this hour, we know one teenager remains in critical condition. Police say a total of 5 were shot. 2 more were injured when they were trampled in the chaos.
We have team coverage tonight. NBC 15's Muriel Bailey begins our coverage from Mobile Police Headquarters. Muriel, the police chief is calling on parents to stay aware of where your kids are at all times.
That's right, Kimmy. Is Chief Lawrence Baptiste is telling parents to make sure they know where their children are going, as well as holding them accountable. Baptiste says 7 children were injured last night at the Grand Hall during a teen bash event when someone started shooting. He says 5 were shot and 2 were trampled trying to run away. He believes one of the teens who was shot accidentally shot themselves. Baptiste says they detained some people last night and are still interviewing people, just trying to piece this all together. He's calling on parents to do your part by checking your children and making sure they do not have weapons.
Ask the parents to check their rooms, ask the parents to check their book bags, hold them accountable for their actions, again, because I truly believe that if parents are doing those things, again, the life that they're saved may be their own children.
And the chief says all of those teens who were injured were treated and released from the hospital, except that one that is still in critical condition. He's also calling on the public to help identify these people responsible for the shooting. Reporting live at MPD headquarters, Muriel Bailey, NBC 15 News.
Muriel, thank you. Well, it's news no parent wants to hear. A shooting at a place meant to provide a fun and safe environment for our kids. When news of the shooting spread, a number of people took to social media to warn parents. One comment read, "If you have kids at the Grand Hall, go get them. They are fighting and these kids have guns." Another comment reads, "Check on your children. Big shooting at the party at Grand Hall. Children shot." Now, we've told you no charges have been filed yet, but there were a number of people taken in for questioning.
NBC 15's Nicole Fierro continues our team coverage tonight. Nicole, you heard from those close to one of the victims, that 15-year-old girl.
Yes, Greg and Kim, a 15-year-old McGill-Tulin High School girl is now a face of this tragedy. Friends say they saw her go and hide in the boys' bathroom. Next thing they knew, she was being taken out here on a stretcher. Now, family members say she is stable, but there's a long road of recovery ahead, including several surgeries.
The moment when a teen party turned into terror. Audio controller Eugene Powell took this video as hundreds of teens scrambled at the sound of gunfire.
That's when you heard at least about 5 rounds go off inside the building. You know what I'm saying? By that time, you're saying the kids were trying to, they didn't know which way to go because it wasn't safe outside. Saying they was just all against the wall by that time.
Teens and even kids thrown in the crossfire. Eyewitnesses spotted children, one as young as 9 years old, taking part in this party.
I'm sorry for all those kids that got hurt. I'm so sorry.
Karana Keeling says her 13-year-old daughter begged to go last night, pleading to the point of tears when her mom said no way.
Oh, she cried, but she didn't cry blood. She cried. She cried a good bit. Yes, she did.
Why did you say no?
It is too dangerous. Stuff happens too fast. I let her go and do things what a 13-year-old young teenager is supposed to do, but that was just out of the question.
This is the kind of accountability Mobile's police chief says more parents need to practice, especially during spring break. Being the fun parent isn't so fun when your kid could be killed. So before saying yes, chief says you need to know where your child's going and how safe the place is.
I'm glad when I said no, I meant no.
Police say there were private security guards working this party last night, not MPD off-duty officers. They also say that the security cameras here were not working as this whole terrible situation unfolded. Now, we reached out to the venue and the Order of the Incas. We're told they own this building. We have yet to receive a reply from anyone. Reporting live here in Mobile, Nicole Fierro, NBC 15 News.
Nicole, thank you. NBC 15 News has been covering this story since it broke late last night.
We will continue to bring you the very latest information as it becomes available. You can also follow us online at mynbc15.com.
Another alert tonight for parents. Understand the underlying meaning of some of the phrases your children are using. NBC 15's Derica Young learned firsthand what your child says and what he or she means may be two different things. Derica?
That's right. Kim and Greg, I spoke with a teen today that tells me the slang him and his friends use is like another language, and parents want in on it because it could help save a life.
Dead. I know everybody's heard that before. That's dead. That's dead. Okay, on guard, that's dead. Okay. That means it ain't happening.
Yeah, that's our own type of language. That's how we use it.
A language and a conversation that parents now want to be a part of.
You know, I want to be able to relate to them.
Dion Gatson is the founder of Compass to Life Services, and today he, along with the South Alabama Mental Wellness Coalition, held a straight street talk workshop to help parents pick up on these key words.
12 mean like they go to cops, you know, they come around the corner or something. Ops mean it's like somebody that you beefing with or something like that.
I also asked if parents picking up on lingo him and his friends hear daily could have prevented the shooting Sunday night at an Easter bash, injuring 7 people.
Yeah, it can avoid a lot of things. A lot of stuff won't be happening how it is now. They change if they pick up on it.
Parents say the new terms they learned will at least get them started with understanding and listening to their children.
So I felt like today helped me to be able to relate to them. They can understand me, I can understand them, and I just think knowledge is power.
Now, the South Alabama Mental Wellness Group, along with Compass to Life Services, will be coming out with a book in June to help parents understand the lingo teens use. We're live in the studio. Derica Young, NBC 15 News.
Derica, thanks. We now know the name of the man fatally shot last Friday at a convenience store. Police say the victim was Corrine Murphy. He was shot at the One Stop on Ziegler Boulevard. He was found dead inside the store. Police say the shooting stemmed from a fight with someone he knew. And new to into the newsroom right now, an arrest has been made in that case. Police say this man, Michael Bonner, was the shooter. He remains in Metro Jail tonight.
There are 500 new cases of children who have been victims of child abuse in the Mobile area. New tonight, 2 companies are partnering up to spread awareness during Child Abuse Awareness Month. Every year, Lamar Outdoor Advertising partners with the Children's Advocacy Center to educate the public on the center's mission with a number of billboards placed throughout the city. Now, if you drive by the Child Advocacy Center, you may notice these blue pinwheels. Each one represents a child abuse victim the CAC has served. Officials with the Advocacy Center say the number of victims are on the rise, mainly due to more people reporting cases.
There was a culture where these things weren't reported, especially if it was within families. So some of the uptick is probably related to the fact that we do things in all the schools. You know, we try to help children learn how they can get help.
Child abuse victims are offered free counseling services. For more information on the Child Advocacy Center, head on over to our website, mynbc15.com.
Alabama law enforcement could soon be toughening its move-over law. The original law required drivers to move over as far as possible when they see a first responder on the side of the road with emergency lights flashing. The new law would require moving over for any vehicle, including a private car, if it has flashing or emergency lights on. The bill passed unanimously by the legislature. It's now awaiting a signature from Governor Kay Ivey.
Live look at the beach right now. Things are looking just fine, but with a steady onshore wind that's going to bring in areas of fog overnight tonight. As far as severe weather is concerned, nothing happening tonight. But tomorrow, mainly off to our west and up to the north, there is a significant severe weather threat area, level 3 on our scale of 0 to 5 from Memphis to Columbus. But around here, we're in that green shaded area. That's a level 1, and that's mainly late tomorrow night into early Wednesday morning, and not exactly the prime time for severe weather around here. So we're on the very low end of any severe storm threat on our index for mainly early Wednesday morning. Meanwhile, around here tonight, scattered clouds, areas of fog, 64 for the mild overnight low. Coming up, the timing on this next weather system that's going to move in and how that will affect your Wednesday morning commute. That's coming up later in this half hour.
Well, before you fire up that grill, you may want to check out your beef. A recall has been issued. Details on what you should do with it if it's in your fridge.
If you receive a call from the Baldwin County Sheriff's Office, it may not be real. Now they are warning you of scammers.
You can make a difference. If you have a story that affects our community and would like NBC 15 to investigate, call our Reality Check hotline at 877-315-7268 right now. Download the free NBC 15 weather app today. Sponsored by Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. You're watching NBC 15 News with Kim Anderson, Greg Peterson, and Chief Meteorologist Chris Dunn.
Well, it's certainly no secret youth sports have become a year-round activity for a lot of local families.
Yeah, if it's not football, it is soccer or baseball or softball. A new 26-acre complex will be used to house a number of those sporting events.
NBC 15's James Gordon joins us live from Spanish Fort now, where folks have gathered for one of those well-attended games.
And what a beautiful night it is for baseball here at Spirit Park in Spanish Fort. These kids here have been playing all afternoon, but you know, believe it or not, sometimes this outfield at this park is used to play football during the football season. With so many kids playing ball and so many more moving to this area, cities, all the cities in Baldwin County, including Spanish Fort, are investing millions in youth sport facilities. This year alone, close to 800 boys and girls signed up to play youth sports in Spanish Fort. Right now, youth football, softball, and baseball keep families pretty busy. That's why you see bulldozers and dirt trucks at full speed on this 26-acre site right off Jimmy Faulkner Drive. Coming up in May, the city hopes to play ball here by opening its first ever soccer fields and a new football field, too.
It's a need we have in the city. We're addressing the youth leagues of soccer, which we've never had in our city. It gives us room for future growth, for future ball fields, and very proud of where we are, where we're going.
No more sharing or tearing up fields used for other sports. And the new facility will have room for 300 cars. It all comes at a cost of $3.4 million.
We're not competing with the mega sports sites. That's not what we're about. This is for the youth of our city.
Now, the city of Spanish Fort took out a $5 million loan to build the new park up there on Jimmy Faulkner Drive. Now, some of that money will also be used to build a new fire station to service all the growing subdivisions just north of City Hall near that park. Now, joining me now live is David Chapman. David Chapman is with Youth Baseball. You're the director here. These new parks on Jimmy Faulkner, that's going to make a big difference.
Yeah, it's going to be a tremendous help for us at Spanish Fort. You know, like you said earlier, we've been playing football across our outfields for baseball. You know, it hampers our fall ball season for baseball, as well as it's really hard for the football guys to get a grasp on it. So the new fields will be a tremendous help for football, as well as soccer, which is in the near future here for the public.
Right, and we don't have any soccer teams in this area, soccer league, so that helps with that as well.
Yeah, we're looking forward to soccer in Spanish Fort. We've had to rely on some of the neighboring communities like Daphne for our soccer. So we're really excited to be able to introduce soccer as a youth sport in Spanish Fort.
All right, thank you, David. Again, all the cities in Baldwin County are building these parks. Foley, Orange Beach, Gulf Shores, Daphne, Fairhope, they've all included this in their long-range plan. So again, Spanish Fort again doing the same thing. For now, we're live in Spanish Fort. James Gordon, NBC 15 News.
Well, you may want to think twice before taking a bite out of that burger. Nearly 4 tons of beef recalled. A North Texas company issued the recall after the raw beef was wrongly produced and packaged without federal inspection. The USDA says the recall involves PFP Enterprises, operating as Texas Meat Packing of Fort Worth. The USDA had no confirmed reports of anyone getting sick. The product should, however, be thrown away or returned. The meat has been shipped to several states, including Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana.
The Baldwin County Sheriff's Office is warning residents tonight of a phone scam. The department says scammers are calling Baldwin County residents posing as deputies. Scammers say the person has missed jury duty and a warrant has been issued for their arrest. They then request personal information over the telephone. Sheriff deputies say they will not ask anyone to pay any fines for missing jury duty or any other reason. If you think you have fallen victim to this scam, call the Baldwin County Sheriff's Office.
NBC 15 weather with Chief Meteorologist Chris Dunn.
Still basking in the afterglow of a beautiful holiday weekend. It was absolutely glorious.
It was really, really nice. But our fortunes are about to change a little bit this week, as we do have several rounds of storminess on the way. Not exactly for tomorrow. You know, some districts are out for spring break this week. Some are back in. When the bus comes around your neighborhood picking up the kids, 60 degrees, some areas of fog, some clouds around lunchtime, 77, and dropping the kids off in the afternoon, 81 degrees at the bus stop. Here's a live look at the beach. The beach, Gulf Shores looks really nice right now with that steady onshore breeze. That'll bring in the clouds and the fog overnight and during the morning hours tomorrow. South wind at 15 miles per hour. It's also going to increase the surf at 2 to 3, so the rip current risk goes up a little bit to the moderate category, 74 degrees in the water. Severe threat level for Tuesday in this zone out here to the west. Now, Mobile is in the green zone. That's a level 1 on our scale of 0 to 5. And then Wednesday, everything gets shoved off to the east. Here it is hour by hour. Your Tuesday morning, maybe an isolated, brief, little sprinkly type of shower coming in on the breeze. This is through Tuesday, 5 p.m. No real big changes here. It's overnight, Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. This is 3 o'clock in the morning. And you'll notice how the wind arrows kind of shift right here. This is our front, and this is a line of showers and thunderstorms that will rumble through here during the overnight hours. And then by 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, it's over and it's done with. So Wednesday morning's commute, some wet roads, maybe some leftover showers, but most of this is going to happen 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And again, there is a very low threat for severe weather with this setup. Tonight, 64, scattered clouds, areas of fog, a mild night ahead, a south wind at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, 81, a sun and clouds mix, isolated showers. Again, most of that thunderstorm action is going to hold off until after midnight tomorrow night. 80 degrees poolside, 1 p.m. and 4 o'clock, another warm one. Marine forecast, south winds at 13 to 18 knots. So choppy waters on the bays and the seas out in the Gulf of Mexico, 3 to 4 feet. Here is your Mobile 7-day forecast. Early morning showers and thunderstorms on Wednesday, 70 degrees as we cool things off. 72 sunny on Thursday. And then Friday we pick it back up to 77, scattered clouds and some thunderstorms popping back up into the forecast picture on Saturday. Unfortunately, it's a weekend day, 74 degrees, and we'll stay in the 70s through Sunday too.
All right. Thanks a lot, Chris. We're going to say hello tonight to Laura Roberts. She's our Facebook friend of the day. Laura lives in Orange Beach and likes watching NBC 15 News.
Congratulations, Laura. You've won yourself 4 tickets to Bellengrath Gardens. Beautiful this time of year. So easy to be our Facebook friend of the day. All you have to do is like the page and click right there on the Facebook friend of the day tab. A legal fight may be brewing between one NBA star and Alabama's Nick Saban.
And what caused the uproar and what Alabama officials are doing about it.
After weeks of Cinderella stories and high drama, men's college basketball national champion will be crowned tonight. Michigan will take on Villanova. The game will take place at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, Texas. We'll have more tonight at 10.
And they'll have to put on quite a show to top the last-second drama from last night's women's final.
Ogunbowale for the win.
The pressure was on and the Fighting Irish delivered. Junior guard Arike Ogunbowale hitting a three-pointer with less than 1 second left in the game against Mississippi State, lifting Notre Dame to its second national championship.
We had a rough second quarter and we've been down before, so we knew we'd be able to come back and everybody stepped up at the right time.
The team arrived back home to huge crowds after being crowned the national champions last night. Players held the national championship trophy on stage as head coach Muffet McGraw and members of the team spoke to a large group of fans.
That's one way to finish out a season, huh?
That was an exciting way, and the second game in a row, too.
Yeah, amazing stuff. NBA superstar LeBron James, not a big fan of the Crimson Tide tonight. In fact, he says Alabama is infringing on his copyright.
He's calling out Alabama after he says their barbershop show, Shop Talk, which debuted on RollTide.com last week, infringes on his show, The Shop, which is part of his multimedia platform, Uninterrupted.
LeBron's people want to talk to Alabama's people before, quote, rushing into legal proceedings. An Alabama spokesperson was collecting information on the matter and so far has not released a statement. There's enough room in the barbershop for everybody.
Exactly.
It's a barbershop.
We can all share.
Have a conversation.
And that's what people do, is they talk in barbershops, talk to their barbers.
A conversation in a barbershop is not an original thought.
Just like in a
It's been
beauty
happening
salon.
a long time, hasn't it? Yeah.
Well, at least they're willing to kind of work things out.
We'll see.
Talk. They're
We'll
willing to
see.
talk, yes. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast now. Don't be alarmed on Wednesday if you have plans to be outdoors. Just know that this is going to be early in the morning, so by 9, 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, everything is going to be over and done with. We'll be clearing out, and Wednesday afternoon is actually going to be sunny and cooler, 70 degrees, 72 on Thursday, and another round of storminess on your Saturday.
We knew we couldn't have 2 beautiful weekends in a row, right?
Yeah, well, we were going to try, but...
We wish for it.
At least one of the days is going to be okay, right?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Chris. That's all for NBC 15 News at 6.
We'll be back with the very latest news, weather, and sports tonight at 9 on UTV 44 and at 10 right here on NBC 15.